Hello, everybody. I'm Sheldon Baker for InnoVision Health Media, and I'm here at Expo West. And I'm delighted to have as my guest today one of the original supermodels, actress, author, health advocate, television host. She's done it all. And that's Kim Alexis. Kim, welcome.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Nice to have you here.
And to hang out with you again.
Indeed, it's been...
known each other for years, have hung out at this expo.
Yes, it's been a long time, and you have a chance to see Expo and see all the throngs of people that are that come to.
Throng is a word. Throng is a word.
Well, yes. So what do you attribute, kind of get right into it, what do you attribute your success to, because you've done so much?
I have a feeling hard work was always very important to me. But I was given the opportunity. So I thought if I wanted to be a pharmacist, I was going to go to 5 years of pharmacy school. I jumped on a new opportunity, which was going into the modeling business. And I really dove in head first and really spent years and years and years just working away. So I would say that work ethic was very important. And when I look back at the boxes and boxes of photos I have, it's one of the few jobs where you can visually see what you've done. And so with me, I see all these tear sheets of covers and work that I did. It shows that I just spent a lot of time behind the cameras and the lights.
There you go. So do you have a shoebox under your bed with old photos?
There are those big banker boxes.
Yeah.
I have like 6 of them filled.
Mm-hmm.
So we took some of the best and digitalized it and put it on my website.
Yeah.
So people can reminisce, and they like reminiscing. It's back in the 80s, and that's when times were great, and these songs were great, and many of us miss the 80s. So it helps. Some of my photos help bring back that 80s memory.
Very good. And as I say, you're doing so many things. How have you been able to really reinvent yourself?
It's been a slow process. I think people knew who I was years ago. I stepped aside, raised 3 sons. And so getting back in the business, and I was late on the scene for social media. So to get in late and not get those quick followers like a lot of people have, if you're judging that on how you're going to give me a job versus followers, which seems to be what a lot of people do. They don't book you unless you've got X number of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't buy followers, and I'm staying organic. So it's just been a different road, and spending time doing podcasts and media and awareness. And hey, here I am again. And people are, which is nice, there's good feedback of, oh, there you are. I remember you and I missed you. And wow, I love what you're doing. So sending this message of what I deeply believe in, which is health and staying organically natural and doing things as less toxic as possible, it has become my message.
Very good. And jumping into the supplement industry, the natural products industry, Citramax, the weight management ingredient, really was your starting point to get into this arena.
Yes, and I have a feeling it's probably because I thought that pharmacy was going to be my background, and I would have probably transitioned into the natural. So I've had that deep desire that certain things do certain things to you. So let's take natural things and have them work naturally versus artificially,
Indeed.
Synthetically, or whatever.
Exactly. Biggest learning experience through the years?
Probably setting boundaries and knowing when to say no and how to stand up for myself. I was never one at confrontation, so I had to learn that I'm the only, and I traveled around the world by myself. I didn't have a team. I didn't, like football players or whatever. They've got teams and they've got coaches, and I was only accountable to me. And so I had to make sure that I was comfortable and okay with my own decisions, that no one else was either coaching me, telling me what I had to do, where I had to go, what time I had to come home. At 18, I had to learn how to manage and handle all that by myself.
And you were in a big city, I would imagine.
I was in New York City 2 days after I turned 18, and then 2 days later in Rome and Paris.
And
I just really started working right away. So it was a big transition from a month before being home with my parents and listening to teachers.
Very good. Pressure being in the public eye?
I think that I'm used to being in the public eye, and as long as I'm doing things I'm proud of and staying good in all situations, I don't have pressure because that's just who I am. So I was designed to be in the public eye, or it doesn't bother me because you're not going to catch me doing much wrong.
If you weren't famous, if you didn't accomplish what you accomplished, what do you think you would be doing today? Would you be filling prescription at a drugstore?
No, I don't know. That's a very good question, I guess. I probably would have been happily married, and I love the idea of marriage and kids. But profession-wise, I'm not sure which way I probably would have transitioned somewhere into natural.
Mm-hmm. What's your health regimen today?
A little bit of that changes, so I don't always do something. Right now, I'm kind of focused on beets and beet powder, so I sneak that into a shake, and ringa and amla. So I'm always learning, and of course, this show, all the different products that there are, is like, oh, I should focus more on gut health or bacteria. So it changes a little bit, but I'm always looking to stay as natural because I'm traveling a lot too. So how do you pick a menu? How do you make those healthy choices? So everything is about healthy alternatives.
Can you share some ideas with the viewers here about what they should do if they want to live that healthy lifestyle?
So read labels. Reading labels is one thing. And another way would be if you want someone else to do some of that dirty work for you, whether it's for your skincare or your laundry detergent or your supplements. There are companies that have apps that you can look up a product, sometimes even scan the barcode, and it will tell you how healthy or how not healthy it is. For example, I had dish soap, the hand soap and I loved it. It was this great company, and she's here, let's say, but I looked it up and it was like a 5 out of 10 as far as toxic. And I'm like, it says clean, like it's not. So then you really, the more you dive, the more you realize that you need to steer clear of certain products and try and go towards others. So find companies that you believe in, find companies that are clean, and that helps a little bit, but also those apps help.
You're a daily supplement taker, I would imagine.
Yes. And that can vary too. So I try and sneak it. I had some omegas already this morning, but then some things you don't want to take until you've eaten. And so the vitamin D is important. Sometimes I love seaweed, but I don't eat it every day, like spirulina. And other days I make sure I get my healthy gut bacteria. So, and an adrenal pill sometimes. Sometimes I find that I crash a little bit, and so I need an adrenal cortex pill.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and on a busy day, when you're doing interviews or rehearsing, whatever you're doing, how do you recharge? Is there a way that?
For me, sometimes it's just putting my feet up for 10 or 15 minutes. But ashwagandha is also good. I'm going to keep that in there. I love ashwagandha, and that's an adaptogen. So it says it kind of helps your body with whatever your body needs.
Very good. One rule that you follow in life?
Be kind to others, and however you treat other people, they will treat you.
Okay. I want to cover one more thing before we have to leave here, is I know you've had a lot of dissatisfaction with the personal care industry, the cosmetic industry. Is that still an issue for you?
What was what do you mean by dissatisfaction?
Well, the toxic things that they put into formulations, I think, has been a problem for you.
Yeah, so I am trying to I wrote a small book on that called Skin Within, and I have started learning about different things that are in the products and trying to, again, find companies that you trust. There's a couple that are here that I went and talked to because I love the idea. So some are verified. There's companies that get verified by some of these apps. One is EWG. And so it's, for me, even if it's a small business, I want to give them my business. And there's other websites that are dedicated for just clean beauty products also. So I am constantly learning. I don't have all the answers. One woman said, "You make me exhausted because everything is toxic to you and you're always researching everything." I said, well, that's my passion and my job. Just take a little bit or start in one little spot. You don't have to be overwhelmed by everything. Yeah. But the better we can clean up ourselves, I think it will help in the long run.
Good information. Kim, Alexis, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
I'm Sheldon Baker for Innovation Health Media.